Kia ora koutou. In this video lesson, we will be going over a tree diagram pātai, like one you might find on your probability methods external. So from the giving info, a swimming club comprises or is made up of 125 members, 35 seniors, 54 intermediate, and the balance are juniors. So 33 are senior, 54 are intermediate. Subtracting the 54 and the 33 from 125 tells us the probability of a junior swimmer is 38 over 125. Next, 16 of the senior swimmers train 5 days a week. So if 33 are seniors and 16 of the 33 train 5 days a week, subtracting 16 from 33, it tells us that 17 out of the 33 are seniors who are lazy and train less than 5 days a week. Moving on. Okay, we know that 30 of the intermediates and 8 of the junior swimmers train 5 days a week. So same process there. There were 54 intermediates, 30 of which train 5 days a week. So 30 out of the 54 intermediates train 5 days a week. Subtracting the 30 from the 54 tells us that 24 out of 54 intermediates train less than 5 days a week. Lastly, we were told that 8 of the juniors train 5 days a week. Since there were 38 juniors, 8 out of 38 train 5 days a week. Subtracting the 8 from the 38 tells us that 30 out of 38 train less than 5 days a week. Now, after you've entered in your probabilities to the tree diagram, it's a good idea, highly recommend, find the outcomes. And the outcomes are right here. So if you want to find the probability that a randomly chosen swimmer is a senior and trained 5 days a week, we recall that the word "and" in Pongado means to multiply. So I'm taking my 33 over 125 times my 16 over 33, and I get 16 over 125, which is a probability of 0.128. And I did that for all 6 of the possible outcomes, and you should check that all these probabilities must add up to 1. Okay? Into the pātai. If a random member of the swimming club is chosen, what is the probability they are a junior? So there could only be a senior, an intermediate, or a junior, and we see that 38 over 125 is the probability of being a junior. For those of you that put your answer as a decimal, 0.304. Next, if a member of the swimming club is selected at random, what is the probability they are a junior swimmer who trains 5 days a week? Now, this is why it's such a great idea to fill out all the possible outcomes, because this is going to be where your answers come from. So a junior trains 5 days a week. Of these outcomes, how many are a junior who trains 5 days a week? That's right, just that one. So there is the probability of a junior 5 days a week, 8 over 125. There we go, which if you wanted to change that to a decimal, 0.064. On to the other side now. Calculate the probability that a random member of the swimming club trains 5 days a week. Well, looking at our outcomes, how many of these outcomes are a swimmer who trains 5 days a week? We've got the seniors 5 days a week, the intermediates 5 days a week, and the juniors who train 5 days a week. Since all 3 of those are an acceptable answer, we're going to say the probability that a random swimmer trains 5 days a week, that's going to be the probability of a senior 5 days a week, plus the probability of an intermediate swimmer 5 days a week, plus the probability of a junior swimmer 5 days a week. And those all 3 add up to 0.432, or 54 over 125 if you put your answer as a fraction. Next, a swimmer at the club trains 5 days a week. So they're telling you that the answer here is limited to those who train 5 days a week. And what a coincidence. We just answered that in the last question. Now, this is a good habit to get into. It is very likely that answers from a previous pātai will be used in the next pātai. So, given they train 5 days a week, what's the probability they're a senior? So for this one, we see that the probability that a senior trains 5 days a week is 0.128. That's the numerator of our fraction. And you're going to divide that by the probability that any random swimmer chosen trains 5 days a week. So it's the 0.128 divided by 0.432, which gives us 0.2963. which is 8 over 27 if you're putting your answer as a fraction. So once again, the probability a swimmer trains 5 days a week, what's the probability they're a senior? We're taking the probability that a senior trains 5 days a week divided by the probability that a random swimmer trains 5 days a week. All right. Thanks for watching. Any patai, send them my way. If you like what you saw, please consider giving it a like. Mauri mahi, mauri ora, ka kite ano.